Well, hey YouTube, Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Welcome back to my ham radio journey. Guys, we're going to talk today a little bit about something that's been bugging me and something I have to get ready and get organized before field day. And I don't know if your situation is the same as mine, but if it is, maybe you're going to have to get your life in order too. Your ham radio life anyway, let's say that. Let's get started on this video right after this and I'll show you what I'm talking about. No, we're not talking about the hex beam today. We're not going to discuss that. We could discuss this wire that I'm getting really disgusted with. You see how the wind actually bent the pole? But we're not going to talk about that today either, but I do have to get that up higher in that tree. And yeah. Good luck on that one, Jack. We're not talking about that. And people just said recently on my videos, why don't you just get to the point? What's wrong with you, man? You talk too much. I'm a ham operator. I love to talk. This is my 2016 CRV. 2016 Honda CRV, okay? And on this car has done a lot. This is mainly my work car. My wife has a newer CRV that we use to travel in, okay? Somebody said once, you showed your motorcycle, it's not a Harley channel. The bikes are just sitting there, okay? They're resting. What we're talking about though is, and I don't know if I'll produce this video or not, depending on how it comes out. But over time, I'm trying to get enough light in here because I've also had people comment that my lighting was bad on my videos. I get weird comments, man. You know, let's just, we'll go with it. Over time though, if you're a POTA activator, okay? If you're a POTA guy or you use your car for, I don't know, whatever, you're taking your car out and you're using it with ham radio, or as I just said, we're getting ready for field day here with the club. So what I'm talking about is I started out on my POTA adventures with one radio and one antenna, basically. I threw a wire up in the tree, I set the radio up, and I made contacts. Well, over time, you start buying things, or maybe you start, you know, doing product reviews, and this is what you end up with. Back of the car here, this is what you end up with. Look at this stuff, a box. That would be my light stand. Yeah, this is some fishing gears in here. You know, my 9-to-1 unknown you've seen recently. I believe right now I have 4 commercial antennas in here. 4 commercial grade antennas. I got a slew, and I think I did a video on this before, of different packaged wire antennas here. And a net full of something down here. I don't know what's in there. But anyway, you get the general idea. I got more stuff in here than what I actually need to have in here for a POTA activation. What I need to do is, and I watched some of you guys out there, I watched some YouTube videos that talk about, they'll pick a radio for the day, they'll pick an antenna, and that's what they'll put in their car and go. I seem to store everything in here. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad. It has saved me in some situations. I've been out to the field before to do an activation, and I go to set something up and I don't have something, okay? It happened just a week ago, actually. I went to set up the JPC 7 and I didn't have my light stand. So I had to go with the JPC 12, okay? But what I want to do here, and I want to sleep back here during field day. That's my goal. I want to put the seats down and be able to put like a bedding here and actually sleep in the car, because last year I slept in the front seat. Very, very uncomfortable. So to do that, I do love my cushion though. I use this on the park bench. But I'm also thinking of doing, and I'll show you here, before I even get started, I'm going to actually put this camera on the tripod and pull it up here. This is not the best tripod in the world. It actually blew over on me one time. Okay, what I'm thinking of doing, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I bought this chair for field day because we use a log cabin, and the log cabin is very uncomfortable. As you can see, I never even tore all the cardboard off. What I wanted to do was be able to make it so I can sit back here and have something sitting right here where I can actually operate right out of the back of my car. Does that make sense? I'm trying to see what you're looking at here. Okay, let's bring this up a little bit. So instead of being at a picnic table, I could just sit in this comfy chair and I can operate CW right here out of the back of the car, you know, and have a little something set up. There's problems with that. Well, I guess there don't have to be. Like right here, since we've been doing some fishing, I got my boat hitch in here for my car. I have rope in here for the boat, fishing poles. So I got a bit of work to do here today, trying to get this sorted out. But the reason I'm telling you this is, you know, talking about our ham lives. I mean, we as portable operators, if you're a POTA guy, maybe you're watching this because you like doing POTAs, but we as portable operators tend to accumulate equipment. As ham operators, you accumulate equipment. I don't know why this is. Right, now I got 14 antennas in the back of the car. It's just a big mess. You know?
Did you get the mail?
I didn't go anywhere.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere.
No, you said you wanted to go walking when you're done, so I've been waiting for you. Okay, I just threw a portion of that call in there. That was my wife. And she said, what are you doing? So I said, cleaning the car. And she said, oh, well, that's good. It probably needs cleaned. I said, it does need cleaned. And she goes, oh. I said, yeah, I'm trying to get it ready so I can sleep in it for a field day. And she goes, oh, you always have a reason why you're doing something. I said, well, that's the reason. Although it does need organized. It's terrible. So anyway, I'm going to start on that. And as I go through the process, you know, I don't want this video to be real long and boring to you for sure. But just to show you, I mean, I just showed you where I'm starting. And yeah, we'll see if we can't get it organized up here and try to make some kind of sense out of it, or some kind of sense out of my POTA life, where it's a little bit more organized about what radio I want to take and what antenna I want to take for the day. Always carry a backup though. I went out yesterday and I had all my 14 or so antennas in the car. I did have all those, they were there. But I only took one radio. I took the 891, and I pretty much keep all that stuff in a backpack, and I have a 20 amp hour battery I took with me. But I didn't have a backup radio, and I felt kind of strange. Is that weird, you know, to feel that way? I felt kind of strange because I didn't have a backup radio, and I was kind of thinking if something happened and something would quit on this radio, what would I do? Now, I do always keep a backup battery in the car. I always keep a backup 6 amp hour battery. And the only reason I have that battery is because I had the G90 out one day, and I was working a guy, and right as I was completing the call with the guy, the radio went bloop, and I was done for the day. So I did buy an extra 6 amp hour battery I keep in the car all the time. And it's a good backup too for the 891. All right, again, not gonna make this video any longer, just kind of giving you some backstory there. But yeah, let me get started and see where I can get to here, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, if you think I was kidding, looking in the back of here right now is a little bit lower. But that's because pretty much, just checking to be sure here. That's that K's screwdrivers. This extra speaker wire. So if you think I was kidding, look at these antennas. So this is a lighting mast. I believe it's 18 roughly feet. Okay. This is the new Radioddity HF010. Okay. This here is the SOTA special, and as you can see here, from Wolf River Coils, okay? I purchased that so a while ago, and I've used it a lot. These are actually, right here, these two are actually crappie poles or fishing poles Walt talks about. Okay, I don't even know what these are. I got the 630 and the 720, and I don't even know what the price these are anymore. I probably bought these for about 20 bucks a pop anyway. So this is the 9-to-1 unknown nut I built. I showed you in a recent video I used. Here's the Gozizu antennas, the JPC 12 and the JPC 7. Okay, this is a 4-to-1 unknown that I use for some of my vertical configurations. Here's the vertical radials. That's a 20 meter vertical, 24 meter with a counterpoise on that one. This one's a 24-foot vertical with the counterpoise and used a 4-to-1 unknown with that one. This I used recently on an activation, a 9-to-1 random wire. Here's a, I believe it's a, no, it's not the piece right there, but that's a 20 meter dipole antenna. Here's my 10 meter DS Commander mast. Spare speaker wire. Spare speaker wire. This is my 1-to-1 choke. Obviously coax. This is that spare battery I told you about a little bit ago. And this is the original mast holder I was using. Okay, this is the mast holder I was originally using for my DS Commander, which I don't use anymore because I moved up to, my buddy Tom actually printed this for me. I've showed on some videos before anyway. I moved up to this instead, okay? You can also buy these on Etsy. It just slides over. It's just a really easier configuration than using that mast. Okay. All right, but I still have some work to do, but I did want to bring you back in. I told you I'd bring you back in as I go here. But yeah, that's the antenna table. That's crazy to carry that many antennas with me all the time. I need to start to be able to focus and choose one. All right, let's move on. Okay, so as you can see, I'm making progress. That's what it should look like all the time. Now, if you look at this side, because I'm going to have to open this door too and pull equipment. So I got things in here. There's that notebook that I don't like. Here's my beautiful, oops, one of my beautiful POTA hats. The other one is actually on my head, but I do like this one. And I've recently been playing with, I got a video coming up on it, so you're going to see here, 2 meter. So that's my 2 meter magnet mount. And I watched somebody's video, it's like, nobody uses a magnet mount anymore. Well, I've had this in my basement for about, God, it had to be in there for at least 10 or 15 years not being used. It's just been in there. I had it with an old Radio Shack 2 meter rig that I cannot find a microphone for. So if you know where a microphone is for a 2 meter rig, and if I had it readily available here, I would show it to you. I know it was, oh, it's right there. One of these. So see, I have that, but I don't, the microphone actually, believe it or not, dry rotted. So I have no way to use this 2 meter radio. I'm pretty sure the radio still works. So if you know of a microphone I can buy that works with this, please let me know. All right, and get back to it, Jack. See, I can't focus. So this is my box of stuff. Okay, I don't know what I need in the field until I get to the field. And then this is the box of my ropes and tie downs, and, wire strippers, tent stakes, my new wire strippers, these are really nice. I need to throw the other ones away. My weight, more speaker wire. I got speaker wire here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get it. Double A batteries I was looking for. If you remember that one video and I said I had no batteries, they're in here. Alligator clips. All right, you get the idea. I got way too much stuff. You know, I love building antennas, and that's why I have so much speaker wire. And I love working with commercial grade antennas. That's why I have so many commercial antennas. But I really got to think of, and I was thinking of somewhere I could hang them on a wall here. Like if I could just put nails up and be able to organize everything. And when I want to go somewhere, say, oh, I'm going to use this antenna and just take it. But I really don't have any open space. The only thing I'm thinking now is if I move those chairs back under that ladder, possibly I could do that. My wife's car sits right there, so I won't be able to get on the other side to get the stuff unless I move her car out. That's why I wanted to put on this side, but as you see, I'm readily losing wall space. I guess probably what I need to do is clean that off. Move my Harley pictures. Isn't this a cool old time picture? Did you ever see that? That picture was pretty popular. I actually bought that at a yard sale. That a teacher made that for me some years ago, and that was made for me. No, that was actually purchased. We found that somewhere up in the Amish country. But anyway, yeah. So I need to maybe clean that off and make this my ham radio side over here. That would probably be what I'll do. All right, man, this is turning into a bigger job than I thought. All right, let me move on. Okay, guys, you might be impressed with this. You may not be impressed with this, but I'm starting to get my life organized, my ham radio life. Here's my Wolf River Coil Soda Special, my JPC7 mast. Okay, if you look up here, there's the JPC12, JPC7, the Radio Oddity HF-010. Full kit, guys. If you take this out to the field, you got coax and everything in here. This could be a grab and go bag. There's my DS Commander and my two little crappy poles. So yeah, getting it a little organized here. I'm going through this wire right now. See that rat in its nest there? I'm going through that right now to try to get that organized. And then yeah, I think what's going to work out to be, guys, I'm just going to have to, come up with a plan. So look, I'm going to maybe take this one or two different antenna choices to the field and pack it in the car and go instead of having it all in the car all the time. And then I was thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to leave the coax in the car, and I can leave this in the car, this 9-to-1 Unknown. I should have my other 9-to-1 Unknown also in this box. I'm going to organize this better too. It's a mess. Where did I put that other 9-to-1? It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's hanging out down there. So even if I just have this and a random wire in the car, I can always have an antenna as long as I got a piece of coax to go with it. So I think that's going to be a plan. That's always going to be in the car as a backup. Then I can always take a commercial grade antenna with me if I need it. All right. And I always take wire because I always, if I'm going to build an antenna or do a video on building an antenna, I always want to have enough wire and stuff with me. So I'll have some of that in there. But it's getting down. It's getting better. My anxiety level is dropping by a little bit. And the car should be ready to go for field day. So I can actually, like I said, set up a bed. And I know some of you guys already are saying, hey, Jack, no, man, we don't sleep at all during field day. Well, this old guy needs a rest. So I usually lay down at field day about midnight or 1 o'clock. And I'm usually back up at like 4 or 5 to get back on 80 meters. So that's the plan this year. All right, I'm going to keep moving on here, but I'm making progress. I love my new cleaned up shelf over there on my wall. Yeah, it's getting organized. All right, keep moving. Okay, guys, I'll show. I said I would show you pieces and clips as I go because this is getting disgusting. This is everything that was in that box. This box right here. Just this old Custom Dynamics headlight box here. It's actually my wife's recycle stack there. All right, anyway. Yeah. That's everything that was in the box. Now, do I use that on every activation? Absolutely not. Okay, I don't. So, but you see, this is the one I said Tom actually printed me. Yeah, he printed this for me and had this for my DX Commander. Then I gave the same print job to one of our students at school, and she printed me one off on our 3D printer here too. It's not as nice, It's really rough, but you know, it still works. My 2 throw weights. I know you guys are like, buy an Arbor Mist bag, Jack. What's the matter with you, cheap guy? I am cheap. 10 steaks, because when you buy everything on Amazon, you can't buy 3. You got to buy like 300. That really makes me mad. Look at this. 3 rolls of black tape, not just one. Couple antenna insulators. Okay, not only one tape measure. Nope, can't have one. 2. This is my wife's favorite one right here. Zip ties. Did you ever see my video where I talked about, my wife always said if you look in the back of a car of a POTA guy, it could be a serial killer. Zip ties, tape, cutting devices. I use a hammer. These are really nice. I don't know if you have these or if you use a tablecloth, you do a POTA. But these are really, really nice. They're really cheap. I buy them at the dollar store. And all they're for is to keep your tablecloth on the picnic table so the wind don't blow it away. So they're very nice to have. 2 sets of strippers, which this set is garbage. Why do we keep garbage? Why? Why do we keep tools that are no good? Yeah, I'll throw this in the toolbox. This is my new set. Love these. As I said, the cutters. And these things are absolutely priceless. Cam jams. And if I can find it, I'll have a link in the description below for the Amazon store for this. That's where I bought those cam jams. They're great. That's what allows me to do this. So you just put them on there. You can pull them really easily. So, all right. And again, my 4-to-1 LDG Anand and my 9-to-1 Anand. Guys, I'm still working through this stuff. Man, look at that. I got a whole nother bag down there. All right. And you know I had to buy something new. The reason I bought this, I'm tired of being out in the glare hitting my phone and I can't log. So I'll put a link for this in the description below too. My wife said I should open it, and I probably should. It's brand new. It's a compact beach umbrella. I figure put this next to the picnic table to just to shade if it's a real sunny day. So I have that too. I got too much stuff, man. The anxiety of this stuff kills me, how much stuff I have. But I love ham radio and I love experimenting, so I have to have stuff, right? Makes sense. All right, I'm moving on. My next trick is this. And there's stuff in here that I'll show you that I use for winter. I'll show you now. Here's the tablecloth. Check this out. I showed this in a video. Ho, 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 Santa Claus. My wife said, don't you feel weird at the park with a Christmas tablecloth? I'm like, no. She gave it to me. It's free. Okay. This is my Faraday cloth. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I bought one because it was the big rave and everybody had them, so I bought it. I don't really use it. I mean, I use radials. More clips. Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Here's my case for my Rig Expert. Holy hell. This is my fan for my G90. Okay. Here's a patch cable. Don't buy patch cables from Amazon because you'll be very displeased. Just telling you. Okay. I'm trying to tell you there. This thing is a godsend. This is wonderful. I showed this on my videos before. Put your phone in there when you're doing a POTA. And use a keyboard, wireless keyboard in front of it. Right? I love that setup. It's absolutely great. This table, I think I showed this before in a video. This is a portable table that hooks on your steering wheel. It's wonderful for winter. Guys, in the summertime, I hate working in the car unless it's raining. This is my headphones, which I just bought a brand new set. They're on their way. They should be here tomorrow to get ready for field day. Oh, what else do we have in here? Oh, check that out. There's another magnet mount, which somebody says, nobody uses magnet mounts anymore. I do. I use this in the wintertime. If I can find it, I'll have a link in the description below. I should put the Wolf River coil on there, and it works very, very well. So there you have that. various screwdrivers. Here's the QMX holder, which I absolutely love that device too. I don't always carry the cover because I don't use it all the time. Oh, here's one of the things I never able to find. BNC to PL259, pretty important to have. Another log book, which you guys know from a recent video, I absolutely hate the log on there. This is my QRP, random wire. Got that. You should know your CCNA. I got this. This is a book from school. I gotta take that back when the school year starts. And various garbage in here to get rid of. All right, so that's all the junk I had in boxes. All right, guys, I'll bring you back in. Okay, guys, so I think at field day, it's like camping. You should be roughing it. This is not the best, but this is now my sleeping quarters for field day. And I just fit. I'm 5'11", and I just make it down there okay where it's going to be okay. I think what I might do is maybe I'll take my grandson's sleeping bag and put that in first. There is this little hump, you see this? And it doesn't go flat. I want to make these seats go flat. They know you're going to haul stuff or sleep in it. Well, okay, they don't know you're going to sleep in it. Well, look at this masterpiece. I got everything for the tabletop here. As I said, I'm going to carry the random wire and the 9-to-1 Unon and some coax. So I always have an antenna in here no matter what's going to happen. Well, if I have the 891, I'm going to have to remember to bring a tuner. But anyway, with that said, I have these antennas yet to put away. That I'm going to just hang up until winter time. I'll probably carry my own Unon also. Since I got room in here for it, I'll probably just carry it right there just to have it. Over here, I showed you a brief sample of this, but now I got the wall organized with the Gozizu antennas, radio oddity antenna, Wolf River coil, the mast, extra speaker wire, and some extra pieces and parts up there. So yeah, I think I'm getting more organized. All right, guys. I'm not going to keep you any longer on this video. So hopefully you get your ham radio life organized also. And, you know, get things ready for field day. Hope you guys have an enjoyable field day. I don't know when you're going to see this video. But guys, 73s, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it gave you a little bit of inspiration to get your ham radio life organized. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Guys, this is my ham radio journey. And please, please hit that subscribe button. Stick around because I never know when we'll record next. Hopefully it'll be something different or entertaining anyway. And 73s, hope to get you on the airways. Bye for now, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you next time.